Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being part of the August House. And thank you so much for those that are watching from home. This is NTV People's Parliament, and we're coming to you live from the beautiful Tororo District. Now, we are here for a reason. We're here because we want to address a number of issues here in Tororo District, but also want to hear a number of submissions from the people here in Tororo. For those that are watching from home, you might wonder and ask yourself, what is beautiful in Tororo? What is there? What can attract me to come to Tororo? You will be amazed. Tororo is one of those beautiful tourism destinations, and we are here today to address a number of concerns. We are going to discuss issues ranging from health, education, infrastructure development, but also tourism. So don't miss an opportunity to come to Tororo and visit the beautiful district. Now, at this particular moment, we are going to delve into this conversation to understand more. What does Tororo stand for? Who are the people here in Tororo? So those that are watching from home, be part of this conversation, because at this particular moment, I would like to first of all welcome the cow of Tororo District to come and welcome us officially here in Tororo. We were welcomed warmly, but would like him to welcome us officially here in Tororo. And at this particular moment, I'd like him to come and take the floor of the August House and be able to give us a better feel of Tororo in the state of education, infrastructure, just a general overview for those that are watching and don't know what exactly does Tororo stand for. Honorable Member, please come and take the floor of the August House and deliberate for us on some of those issues and officially welcome us here in Tororo.
My name is Kiplangat Martin. I'm the cow Tororo District local government. First of all, I want to welcome all of you to today's NTV People's Parliament. And I want to thank the NTV team for choosing Tororo as one of the venues for the NTV People's Parliament for this session. Tororo District is a large district. We have we have 6 constituencies. We have for the 2 lower local governments and 180 parishes and a number of villages, over 1,300. So it is a big district. We are offering a range of services. In education, we have tertiary education, we have secondary education, we have primary education, and nursery. Government aided primary schools alone are 164, and we have 18 government secondary schools, and all of them are offering education services in the district. Then in the health sector, we have a number of government facilities, and also we have the private. But we are mainly offering the primary health care activities. We have a general hospital in Tororo, and about 2 other private hospitals. So all those ones are offering the primary health care services in the district. We have education, production. We are offering extension services to the people, although we are having a few issues here of staffing levels in the production sector. So we have a number of parishes I mentioned, and they are also doing a number of things, sensitizing the communities on development agenda, and then the current PDM now, which is in the district. For the PDM, we have over 55 billion, which has gone to the parish circles, and they have also been given out to the beneficiaries. So we have a number of people who have benefited from PDM. And so far, it is a success. And we have other services, tourism
Yeah.
potential, we have profiled the district, and we are even still going to other sub-counties. We have a number of tourist potential, like our hill here and others. Then I know some people will come and will want to visit this site. Tororo is also having a border with the Kenya. The crossing point is in Malaba, and we are bordering other districts here. Bujiri on the other side, Busia, Butaleja, Bali, and Nemi. I think for now, that is the district. We have worked on a number of roads over 150 kilometers, and we also provide water. Our safe coverage is 75%, yes, which is higher than the national average. Honorable Speaker, I think for now, much of the details can be responded on by the heads of departments. We have a number of them here.
So like you said, we have a number of heads of department in the house, and at this particular moment, in case I point out to your department, please, you feel free to come to the floor of the August House. So I would like, first of all, like we said, we shall delve deeper into the conversation. So we are going to talk matters education. And at this particular moment, it's very important to note that education remains a constitutional priority under Uganda's development agenda, and the government has committed to universal primary education and also universal secondary education to ensure that we all get equitable access to education. This is for every child in this country. This is for every citizen in the country. But also we have private institutions, we have private schools that are also taking a key role in ensuring that we are all educated in this country. So we are going to look matters education, but still under education, we are going to look at parenting for respectability, and we shall delve deeper into this. What does this mean for children? What does this mean for teachers? What does this mean also for parents themselves? How are parents supporting children in schools? Because we have UPE and UCE and use. Is it just the must that you take the child to school, or how do you support them to ensure that they are comfortable in school and they can pursue a better education? And at this particular moment, I would like to invite the district education officer to come to the floor of the August House and elaborate on a number of issues.
I'm honored to be here this evening to discuss matters of education. Tororo is one of the biggest education districts in the country. Actually, we are put as number 3, I think, after Wakiso. We are up to the task of delivering education services to our people. Tororo, we are having 164 government-aided primary schools. That is in primary. Now, we have 205 private. In between them, we are having 369. So as far as primary education is concerned, it is covered fully either by government or the private sector. We are having 23 secondary schools, government aided, and 24 offered by private providers. Technical, we are having 3 government aided and 2 private. Then we have 1 primary teachers college and 1 university campus here in Nakongera. Now, we are also, of course, having pre-primary that is scattered all over and offering education to about 5,000 learners. That is those who have not yet come to primary. We are having 2,018 pupils in our primary schools being catered for by government under UPE. Then there are parents who prefer going to private providers. That is catering for 1,200. Secondary, we are having 18,000 learners under universal secondary education and UPOLET, that is to cover A level. The private providers are having 9,000. Then we are having technical, that is having 600 learners, and university campus, we are having 3,400 undergraduates at our Nagongera campus. Madam Speaker, government is providing a number of teachers to cater for our primary segment. That is 1,867. But like you can imagine, of course, the teacher-pupil ratio is slightly high. As a government, we have written to the Public Service and the Ministry of Education to give us more wage such that we can recruit more teachers to reduce the teacher-pupil ratio. Now, meanwhile that is happening, Madam Speaker and members, we have guided schools through the school management committees to engage local teachers and cater for them under some local arrangement. We are also having teachers who have retired, especially to cater for P1, P2, that is early grade. So, government, I can say, is trying level-based to commit resources towards education service delivery, which is why capitation grants, government gives 10 billion shillings to our secondary schools every year towards the capitation grants, and this is to cater the recommended budgets in those schools to fund learning. Primary, government is funding up to 18, that's 1.5 billion per term, and then wage up to 18 billion shillings. That is going towards the payment of teachers, and then tertiary, that is 3 billion shillings. Now, as per the schools, as per the parishes that don't have primary schools, I think we have 2 in Malaba. We have identified schools, community schools, and appealed to government to do what we call coding. We have one of them is Malaba Primary Schools, which is being catered for by Malaba Town Council, but it is not yet in our government record as a standalone school, but we have recommended up to 24 schools to the Ministry of Education to code. A team from the ministry has come down here and gone to see those schools, and I think very soon they will be coded. Finally, on sub-counties that don't have secondary schools yet, this is what happened. As before we had further splits of sub-counties and town councils, we only had 4 lower local governments without secondary schools. And that was Sop, Iolwa, Malaba, and Nagongera. Madam Speaker, as we are talking now, all those 4 lower local governments, we are having construction going on. Iolwa and Sop actually we have handed over, and even government has deployed. But as we speak now, there has been further split of sub-counties, and that is what has created the gap. But the data has been captured. We have communicated to the relevant ministries, and we hope and believe that very soon that will be catered for. As I leave the stage, Madam Speaker, like you know, education service delivery is a multi-stakeholder responsibility. As government carries their responsibility, our appeal and hope and belief is that the parents, communities, and foundation bodies should also rise up to the task and carry out their responsibility, and all the accusations that you may hear there, here and there will die down. I beg to submit.
The District Inspector of Schools, please come to the floor of the August House and also give us an overview of currently what are we looking at? What is the ratio, desk to pupil ratio? So it's very important as you inspect the schools, what are some of those things that you have noticed that probably if they were mentioned here and if parents were told about them, they would support, or if at all, the department also here would also continue to support. Please come to the floor and give us some of the general feel of education here in Tororo District.
I am Tabo Dennis Francis, the District Inspector of Schools, Tororo. I welcome you this evening to discuss issues of education. In Tororo District, like the District Education Officer has said, we have 164 public schools and 205 private. All these are institutions, particularly within our docket, and the issues of performance and quality is measured by assessment. I have information for the last 4 years where Tororo have grossly improved in the quality of education service delivery. Last year, which is 2025, we registered 8,561 learners. Out of these learners, we improved greatly, and we had a pass rate of 88.5%. As compared to 2024, that we registered the 8,488 learners, and the pass rate in that year of 2024 was 85.1. We had an improvement of 3%. In terms of other years, comparing 2022 and 2023, in 2022 we had 10,000 learners, 10,138, and our pass rate was 77. 2023, we had 8,505, and our pass rate was 82%. So overall, every other year, we have been grossly improving in performance, and that is based on the strategic planning that we have as a department and the entire district. We have a complete support from the political desk that whenever we draw our plans and we present to council, council supports us in order to deliver our services. Quality of services that is offered is, if you looked at the state of repair of the classrooms where our learners go to, are in good state of repair. I have moved around Uganda and compared the quality of classrooms that we have as compared to other districts. We are grateful to the Tororo District local government and the government of Uganda in all the resources that have been given to us to run the department. The pupil desk ratio in the district is 1 to 5. The ideal would be 1 to 3, but we have moved from 1 to 10, because if we compare the number of desks that we used to have and the current number of desks that have been procured and given to the schools, we have moved from 1 to 10 to 1 to 5. and there are procurement processes that has been initiated to improve on the number of desks that are being given to our schools. Learner retention. Learner retention in the schools have also been an issue that we are trying to deal with. And one of the things that we have done is we have encouraged all the educational institutions to ensure that schools are peaceful, that when the learners come, they enter into the schools, they are taught. We have encouraged them to practice feeding at school, and in that way, when the learners come, they receive quality teaching. They receive some midday meals. The learners are encouraged to come to school every day and remain and complete the education cycle. Madam Honorable Speaker, the DO exhaustively explained most of the things that we have done in the district, and I just thought that I needed to add issues of performance and learner retention. I thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of this conversation. Those that are watching from home, this is NTV People's Parliament, and we are seated here in Tororo District. This week, we bring you all the details, matters education, and how Tororo is progressing and how we move forward. We take a very short break. When we return, we delve back into the conversation. Stay tuned. Welcome back from that break. You're still watching NTV People's Parliament, and we are discussing matters education. Now, with me in the house, I not only have speakers from the Department of Education, we have parents as well, we have caretakers, we have guardians. So all of you here are here for a reason. So I would like to open this conversation now to the parents, because we are speaking education. Later on, we shall delve into other conversation. But right now, I want to know as a parent, how do you think we can support our children better to make sure that Tororo is great? I earlier told you, I had my A-level education here in Tororo Girls. So I'm a proud person to be part of this congregation today because I was once here in Tororo. So as parents, how are we supporting our children? Because parenting starts from home. As much as we send children to school, we have a clear role to support our children. What are those challenges that you have faced? Probably you would want the DO to hear, you'd want the inspector of schools to know. We have walked to different places and they tell you, here they come and immunize our children without asking us for permission. Here they tell us no school fees, but we are paying school fees. So what are some of those things? And what are some of the good things that you applaud the district for doing in supporting education? So the floor is open. Please feel free.
Honorable members, good evening and welcome to this noble discussion. My name is Hosea. I come from Makerere University Child Health and Development Center, where we are leading a program on parenting. I thank the previous speaker who submitted around education. But before children go to school, they come from homes. The situation at home determines whether this child is will learn or be comfortable and will achieve their dreams. So as Makerere University Child Health and Development Center, we have a program that has been running in Tororo for over 2 years. The program is called Parenting for Respectability. This program was invented, tested, and proved to be supporting in improving the child welfare right from the family. Before a child comes to school, we all know that the mother and the father, whatever they do in the life of this child, right from inception to when this child joins school, has a lot to do with how this child is going to achieve or fail in life or in school. So for the past 2 years, we've been running this program. The program aims at improving 4 major issues that we know are contributing either to the well-being or to the violations of children's in children's life. One is poor parental relationships. when the parents in the life of this child are not working together, then this child may fail to achieve. When the mother says A and the father says C, the child will also be divided. So we look at the spousal relationship. The other one is poor parental bonding and child attachment. How much do parents interact with their children other than providing for them the meals, the school fees? What's the bond like? When the child is looking at the father, is the child looking at him as just a cash machine, or a soldier coming back home, or a friend with whom they can share their dreams, aspirations, and challenges at school and in the community? We also look at harsh parenting. We must realize that as Africans, we think we should parent the way we were parented. You know, there's a saying we want to demystify, that an African child's ears are at the backside. That when you don't hit this child, the child will not listen. But with our program, we are saying when you talk more as a friend to a child, then the ears will come back from the backside to where God put them. Then we also look at the way we raise girls and boys. Sometimes, quite often, parents think it's the boys that should go to school and girls belong to the kitchen. Honorable Speaker, if you didn't go to school, you wouldn't sit where you are. Therefore, Parenting for Respectability advocates for giving equal opportunities to boys and girls the same way. When we implemented this program has been tested for over 13 years and has proven to work. And across the 2 years we've been here, we've been implementing in other districts like Wachiso, Amuru, Busia, and Nakasongola. We've started seeing the changes this program brings about. In terms of child maltreatment, we see 70% decline, where parents now, as we shall see, we have honorable members from the different sub-counties we have been implementing who will testify that actually talking to your child is better than shouting and beating. And people have not yet separated discipline from punishment. So we use a lot of corporal punishment, thinking we are disciplining our children, whereas actually we are not disciplining. So disciplining is a life course. So with all this, we can see changes, and the honorable members from Iorwa, from Mela, and Kwapa are here to testify that this program has brought about some changes in their lives. So, Honorable Speaker, this is what we are advocating for this through this parliament. Number one, as parents, as district leaders, and leaders at all levels, let us advocate for positive parenting, where every child is looked at as a human being with dreams and can be supported actually to achieve these dreams through nurturing, other than looking at fathers just as providing materials without providing warmth, emotional support, and attending to the challenges of the children. So if as a district, we all focus on positive parenting, we think Tororo can get from one level to another. We'd like to advocate for engaging all community services and the social and welfare department to be looking at the welfare of the children and putting children at the forefront. Because as we say, children are our future. If we don't take care of them, when we leave them to the streets, Honorable Speaker, the decades to come may be dire, but if we do something about it, then our districts and our country will stand to benefit out of this. we are encouraging integration of this program, the Parenting for Respectability, into all government and district programs. Even when you are going to check on infrastructure for a school, can you also check on the welfare of the learners? Even when we stand here and say learners are eating, can we really check if actually they are eating, and what are they eating? Is that porridge enough? When this learner comes to school late, does the teacher care to know what is happening home? Or he cares only when the children come to school? So we are advocating for integration. Even when you are looking at financial matters of the district, can you look at how the finances support the children and the young ones? Honorable Speaker and ladies and gentlemen, we also would like to build a demand for all people to care about the way they take care of their children. How do you parent your children? What time do you go back home? How much do you ask about the welfare of the children? How much are men involved? And I would like to report, Honorable Speaker and leaders here, that we've had a challenge of male caregivers getting engaged. We thank those that have been participating, but a bigger percentage, they say, for us, we are hustlers. But even when you make a lot of money and leave your child unattended to, maybe he's the next robber. Maybe he's the next street child that is going to be harassing people. So let us all look at parenting as a foundation for success of our children and our districts. As I close, Honorable Speaker, would like to advocate for a budget around parenting in Tororo District. As the Social and Welfare Department, is there a budget that takes care of activities that involve parents and children so that we can support all these issues logistically and financially?
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Why we engage this? Because we said parenting starts from home, and we as parents have a greater role to support the education sector because these are our children. They are first our children before they go into schools to become students. So this starts with us. And thank you so much for those submissions. We've all had the call on fathers to engage and take part, the call for us to educate the boy child and empower them as much as we're empowering the girl child. These girls you're telling about esteem and they're being better are going to marry those boys that you're not educating. They will come back. Those boys are going to come back and marry your girls. The girls you take to Nabisunsa, the girls you take to Gayaza, and you leave these boys here roaming. As a mother of boys, I stand here today to speak for the boy child. So thank you so much. At this particular moment, I have a honorable member right there. Please come to the floor of the August House.
My name is Noah Kumu. Madam Speaker, I'm a parent to so many children. I would like Madam Speaker and members to draw your attention to the origin of education in Uganda, because maybe if we know its origin, we can know where the future is going. Madam Speaker, in the 19th century, the education started by the help of the missionaries, and they were focusing only in reading, writing, and arithmetic. Madam Speaker, there was a commission led by Stock, and in the 1920, the British government helped to introduce a formal kind of education. Madam Speaker, from the 19th century to date, there are still people within our community who cannot read and write.
True.
And that, if we follow that backward, you will interest yourself to know what happened. Madam Speaker, if we look at the issue of the dropouts, we are fighting against conflicting policy, where the government come up with a policy and they say automatic promotion, without caring whether these children are ready to be promoted, but the promotion is automatic, whether you attended class or you did not attend. And Madam Speaker, when children are subjected to pressure, you didn't pass P1, you are taken to P2, you didn't pass P2, you are in P3. you're in P4 and you're suffocated, you're not understanding anything because you didn't understand P1. Madam Speaker, such a child or pupil will automatically force him or herself out of the system because it is more or less a prison.
Okay.
All our schools, Madam Speaker, or many of our schools, if not all, are government aided. Madam Speaker, the word aiding alone means the government is not giving all. But also there are policies that is reprimanding schools that ask for additional pay. Now, if the government is aiding and is not giving full support and you are not allowing the schools to get some little pay from elsewhere to supplement on what you are giving, then we are bound to suffocate. You cannot provide lunch by praying and wishing. Parents must contribute. But when government said no additional coin, how do these people feed the children? Do headmaster and the teachers contribute for that food from their salary? That is a challenge, Madam Speaker. Now, Madam Speaker, parenting is something that is key, and there are 4 pillars in education: the government, the teachers, the parents, and the pupils. So parents need to do their role without being coerced, and this starts at home. And we need to encourage them. Maybe you need to also focus on parents and you tell them that the failure of a child is the failure of a parent. The success of a child is also the success of a parent. If you have failed children, you have failed as a parent.
Because when they work in the district, they say those are Gundi's sons. Those
If
are
your child
Gundi's
is a
daughters.
great thief, they
Yeah.
will say that is the father of a thief. Madam Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member, for that submission. And I would like to request the Inspector of Schools and the DEO, please note some of those concerns because you're going to come later as we wind up this conversation to help us address them. Because the question was, if it is government aided, then why don't parents support? But then how much should they support? Because most of the parents are not able to even support. So where should we draw the balance? The DEO, you'll give us a feel, and then we shall also look into early childhood development. We talked about primary and secondary, but we didn't mention about early childhood development centers.
Earlier on, our parents over in the villages were very ignorant. They didn't know their responsibilities. But as per now, when parenting and respectability came to our sub-county, especially Iulwa, now made those parents to know that a parent must begin building up the brain of a child from conception. You start parenting a child in the mother's womb. When the child is born, you continue parenting until the child reaches the school-going age. Madam Speaker, as the report that the educational sector reported, parents were very ignorant. They didn't know anything. But as per now, in my village, parents know the responsibilities they are to take. Parents know that the children must be given equal rights to decide. Must know that the children must be given the right provision in order to go to school.
Thank you, Honorable Member, and I'd like to thank you for that information. But it is two-way. It is for us to discuss. The ones who are seated there, you can also bring up your argument. Were parents ignorant? Did they lack just knowledge? Were they short of knowledge? Were they being irresponsible? It is for us they are seated, because sometimes people have the knowledge, but they are irresponsible. Some parents have the money. Please, Honorable Member, come to the floor. Have the money, but they refuse to educate. You find a parent without money, they are struggling to educate. Honorable Member, good evening.
Good evening, Madam Speaker, and all the honorable members in the House. I'm rising on the floor on the issue of parenting, and I'm picking it from the policies. The current speaker has just talked about parents being ignorant. I am not in line with that, because my great-great-grandmothers and my mother never went to school. But what made them take us to school was that the parenting was both the mother and the father, that they could sit together and discuss about how they could raise us, the children. That is not there now in the society we are living in now. Parenting has been solely left for the mothers. And that's why you see in our district or in our kalishas now, a bad child is for the mother and a good one is for the what?
And the fathers in the house, do you agree? You're all keeping quiet. So it is true, you have left parenting for us. You see, that is where the problem comes from.
So when
let's have a submit, I'm going to have you. Yes.
When we can sit together and make sure that all the parents are responsible in upbringing of our children, we are going to handle most of these issues affecting children who are not attending school.
Okay.
Madam Speaker, we have the issues of the Western world and policies that are conflicting, that is bringing issue in parenting, is the issue of children's rights. I am happy the professor from Makerere was talking about parenting here. But they come out with the policies that don't make children listen and adhere to the rules and regulations.
So now you want to whip them because they don't listen.
It's not all about whipping, but giving a child a listening ear, that when a parent is talking to you, is not all about going to police. When a teacher is trying to put you right, it's not all about reporting to what? To police. So most of these issues and policies are not well interpreted down here, and it's affecting the education and the upbringing of our children. Madam Speaker, I beg to submit.
Thank you, Honorable Member. And there, Mr. Jose, you're going to note down some of those things. Where do we draw the line? Now we are seeing culture versus the children's rights. So where do we draw the line? Because culture says, you will listen to me, I am your mother, I birthed you. Let me first have the Honorable Member, then I'm going to come and have you.
I'm a parent, and also I'm a son to a teacher. My late mother was a teacher, and I stand here not only to defend men, but because I'm coming on the basis of parenting.
And education.
In education. For me, I want to challenge the current teachers. My late mother was a teacher, but I studied in the school she was teaching.
Yeah.
Today, if you find a teacher teaching in a government school, but his or her children are studying in private schools. So school selection is also a problem. Why don't you want to teach your child in your school? Because for me, all the classes I went through, at least my mother was teaching me, and she was our class teacher, English teacher. And if I would do anything wrong, I would be punished. And if another child, pupil, would look at her punishing me, say, if that madam can punish her own son, how about me? So the issue of putting children right has been scrapped off by certain policies. Those days, a child was for the community. If a neighbor finds you loitering, ask you, why are you not in school? Madam Speaker, I would beg.
Yeah.
Why are you not in school? But today, move around and find somebody's child and ask, why are you not in school? The child will run to the parent and that so and so has harassed me, why I'm not in school. The next thing, you'll receive a summon. The parent of that child will go and report you for child harassment. A little bit on infrastructure. I know government has tried to improve on structures. Most primary schools, if you move around, you will not find children studying under schools. But those were the practice those days, because I knew of some schools where children were studying under schools, and when the rains come, that means the school has closed that day.
Children studying under trees?
Under trees. Okay. So there's an improvement on that area. Our local government is working hard, and I want to thank them for that work they have done.
A round of applause, at least, because the honorable members.
We only need to push a little bit our teachers to improve on the performance, but the performance you had here, if you look through, you realize that the best performers are in private schools, not government schools, and you wonder why. And yet, if you compare the facilitation, you realize that government schools have better facilities than some of these private schools. But still, we need to pull our socks to improve on the performance of our children. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. That question will still come to you, Mr. DEO. They're talking about, yes, Honorable Member. The Honorable Member has talked about the performance, but he has also commended on the infrastructure development. So you will come and highlight. And also the question to teachers. If you have teachers in the house, I will also want you to come and tell us why you don't want your children to go where you teach, because that means there is a problem. Not so? Yes, yes, after him, yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Help me move closer to the microphone.
Beg your pardon?
Help me move closer to the microphone. Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you, Honorable Speaker, on all the members present. Me, I'm very much glad on what you have done. To say parenting is really a task to everybody. But only that I need to comment some other things that deliberates on parenting. Most parents think that when they after bearing the children, they leave the children, they only feed them and so forth. But it's not like that. Parenting starts from the mother, when the mother is pregnant, from zero level. We husbands neglect women when they are carrying children. They say the child is for the woman. It is better to handle the child when it's in the womb. Feed the woman properly. That child, when produced, is going to be produced very well and very educated. Secondly,
Honorable members, I'm going to call you. I'm seeing very good deliberation here. Someone is asking whether they want the man to carry the stomach. I am going to call them.
And then issues of girl child. Me, I concur with the current speaker. Say the girl child belongs to the mother. The boy child belongs to the husband, which is very bad. All the children belong to us. We need to take them together, like Madam. She has gone to higher schools, Babisunza, whereby they might have left the boy child, which is very good. I thank you. I concur with you. Thank you very much. Secondly, another problem that affects us, the parents, domestic violence. You find somebody beating the woman, does not know that what you are doing to the woman, the child is seeing. Next step, what will happen? The child will also behave like that, and it will go completely astray. Let us educate our people on domestic violence.
So thank you so much for being part of this conversation. This is NTV People's Parliament. I would like to thank everyone who has taken part in this particular segment. Thank you, parents. Thank you, teachers. And thank you, all the other stakeholders. This is NTV People's Parliament. By the powers vested in me, I adjourn this house. Until next time.